Hi, the introverted cynist here. Today, I am going to explain a German techno-thriller film called Who Am I? Warning, spoilers ahead. Kick back and take care. At the beginning of the movie, we see a man named Benjamin in an interrogation room. Benjamin says that he has information to friends, an infamous online hacking group, and the Russian cyber mafia, and he will give that lead to Han, who is head of the cyber division of Europol. Benjamin says that he always wanted to be a superhero, and he already has a superpower, which was invisibility, because he was ostracized by his peers and people around him. Benjamin's father ran away to France when he was born. The same fate was similar to his grandmother. Her father died in the Second World War and she had a souvenir. Benjamin's mother took her own life at the age of 8. Only his grandmother was there to take care of him. And in the later years, he took care of her as well. Jumping back to the present time, Han says that she isn't interested in traumas and she isn't a psychologist. Benjamin calmly says to Han that every detail is important and none should be left. During childhood, Benjamin amazed his grandmother with magic. At the age of 14, he spent around the computer learning programming languages. Benjamin felt that magic was a gateway to his hacking career, and for the first time, he felt like he was good at something. He spent day and night in darknet. Benjamin says that there are a lot of hackers, but there is only a hero that he wished to impress, and that was MRX. Nobody knows about his whereabouts. He was a mogul in the darknet and could hack into any system. MRX didn't take anything or anyone seriously. To Benjamin, MRX was the superhero among hackers, and Benjamin wanted to be like him. He was unable to attend university, so he worked as a pizza delivery boy to pay the bills. One day, while he was delivering pizzas to a group of students, he saw Marie, a girl with whom he was in love since his school days. Marie was having trouble with the upcoming examination. So Benjamin decided to help and be a superhero. Later, he went to the university and hacked into the servers and downloaded the examination questions. But was caught by the security guard and arrested. Due to Benjamin having no prior criminal record, he was forced to perform community service as a punishment. And while working, he met Max. Max too was a hacker, and Benjamin felt that Max was his opposite. A flamboyant and charismatic individual. Benjamin says that he too is a hacker, like Max. After getting acquainted, Max introduces Benjamin to his associates, Steven and Paul later on. Steven was a software master and could bug in any program, and Paul was a hardware freak. After Benjamin proved himself as a hacker, Max explained to him that the concept of social engineering is the greatest form of hacking. On his way home, Benjamin couldn't find his grandmother, and after searching for a while, Benjamin found his grandmother loitering in the middle of the road because her disease has grown severe. The doctor forced Benjamin that his grandmother needs to have professional help and admits his grandmother to the hospital. The group needed a headquarters, and Benjamin's grandmother's house was a perfect place. They decide to form a hacking group called Clowns Laughing at You, nicknamed Clay. They cause general mayhem around Berlin in a form of pranking, becoming popular around social media. However, MRX, with whom Max is obsessed, mocks them outright. MRX didn't give a shit about Clay because they have other bigger players. Around that time, Han came to Berlin as head of the cyber division of Europol. Friends hacked and attacked the European Central Bank of Frankfurt. Capturing Friends was Han's goal. Friends consisted of 4 people and the last one is unknown. They capture data and sell it on the darknet, and the business is controlled by the Russian cyber mafia. Later on, Benjamin notices that Max is very confident and charismatic in front of ladies and becomes envious of his lifestyle. Watching this, Benjamin tries to seduce Marie. But it ends poorly. The next day, MRX sends Clay a present belittling Clay. Max gets furious and takes an oath to pull off a stunt to top them all to reach the big leagues. Benjamin suggests hacking the main building of German Central Intelligence Department. Impressed by this outrageous idea, the group agrees with Benjamin and decides to hack the building to impress MRX. Using dumpster diving and phishing to gain access to the building, they manage to hack the internal servers and hack the printers to print their logo titled "No system is safe" all around the building, impressing MRX. However, while hacking the building, Benjamin also downloaded encrypted data from a server without the others knowing. However, when they go to a club and celebrate, Benjamin notices Max kissing Marie. Infuriated, Benjamin leaves and refuses to let them into the house. Due to Benjamin's reaction, Max shouts out that Benjamin is nobody without them and left the premises. Depressed, Benjamin shares the encrypted data as a present to MRX to prove himself that he is relevant without the trio. The next day, the trio breaks in. Benjamin and Max get into a kerfuffle and get injured. Paul, watching the news, shouts to others to be quiet. The news reveals that one of the gang's and friends, named Krypton, was found dead and was secretly working as an undercover agent for German Central Intelligence, and reports that Clay was responsible for it. Confused, the trio asked Benjamin if he had anything to do with it. Benjamin, now panicking, says that he gave an employee list to MRX. It was clear that MRX sold the data to the Russian cyber mafia. Much to Clay's surprise, MRX belonged to Friends. MRX was the fourth hacker. Clay is now labeled as a terrorist group for hacking the information. Seeking to clear the name for the murder, Benjamin contacts MRX, who instructs them to hack into the Europol database in exchange for MRX identity, giving them a hacking tool to help. MRX wanted to plant a Trojan horse in the Europol system, so then he can access the Europol and monitor the investigation and manipulate it. Seeing this as an opportunity, Steven planted a seed in the Trojan horse. It was a Trojan inside a Trojan. After dissolving Clay's hard drives in acid, they travel to Europol headquarters to try and break their way in. But it's impossible to find a way inside. The headquarters dumped their trash in a secured building. The phishing attempts failed and the sewers were locked. Max, while searching for a way inside the sewer, a nail accidentally thrusts up his hand. The wound was later taken care of by Benjamin. However, when checking out the building, Benjamin notices a group of scholars visiting the building, and one of them drops their visitor's card. Using Max's advice about social engineering, Benjamin manages to gain access to the building using the card, fooling the guard. He then hacks into the internal Europol servers and provides MRX with an entrance, secretly encoded inside a double Trojan horse, so MRX will be exposed when he tries to gain access. However, MRX, anticipating this, takes a snapshot of Benjamin via his webcam, exposing him. Benjamin is forced to flee when a group of Russian mobsters finds him, and later he evades them in the subway. All hopes shattered, Benjamin returns to the hotel where he was staying with the trio, only to find them murdered. Having no other choice and knowing that Friends would kill him, he decided to turn himself into Han. Han, who failed to capture them before, is now desperate to apprehend Friends and MRX. She agrees to put Benjamin into a witness protection program in exchange for capturing them. Benjamin submits 3 bullet shells that killed his friends back in the hotel to Han to prove that he is genuine. Before turning himself in, he visited Marie to share his grievance. Marie consoled and kisses Benjamin. Benjamin asks Marie to flee with him and she agrees. Meanwhile, Han arranges to admit Benjamin to the witness protection program in exchange for the details of Friends and MRX. Han's colleague, named Martin, sees that the story has holes in it. But Han is so desperate to move forward and close the deal. Benjamin, along with Han, logs in as MRX himself and spreads lies about MRX being a snitch, forcing the real MRX to force his way into the darknet servers with unsafe methods, allowing Benjamin to expose him. MRX happens to be a 19-year-old American boy from New York City. The FBI arrests him in a coffee shop. Later, Han notices a wound going through Benjamin's palm, the same wound that Max got after running a nail through his hand. Suspicious, Han finds Benjamin's grandmother's house and finds out that Benjamin has been using Ritalin. Han finds Marie and asks her about Benjamin. Marie vaguely remembers him from school days and says that he was a freak and mockingly said that she will never meet a guy like that and she doesn't know any whereabouts about him. Han meets Benjamin's grandmother's doctor, then says that Benjamin's mother suffered from multiple personality disorder. The doctor says that the condition could be hereditary. Han asks if Ritalin could trigger such a condition, to which the doctor said yes. Frustrated, Han now comes back to the interrogation room and asks him how he got the nail wound on his hand and that there were no bodies in any hotel room anywhere. Han now tries to convince him that he alone was Clay. He committed all the atrocities. He hacked into the building alone and he planted the World War II bullets from his grandmother in the hotel to make it look like they were killed, imagining the trio due to his illness. Max, Steven, and Paul are all made-up characters. Benjamin now has an emotional breakdown, as people with mental disorders cannot be given witness protection. Emotionally struck, Hannah changes her mind and allows him access to the witness protection program, which was revealed to be an actual program containing information about all citizens of Germany. Benjamin changes his identity here. Hannah, dropping Benjamin off, states that she let him go because he truly wants to be invisible and lets him go on the condition that he never hacks again. Benjamin, now sporting a blonde hair, is standing alone on a ferry heading north. However, he is suddenly joined by Marie, Max, Steven, and Paul. Max states that Benjamin performed the greatest social engineering hack ever. The scene shifts back to Benjamin, going back to the hotel, finding the trio alive and well. Benjamin instructs them to flee since MRX knows his identity, but they refuse to leave him behind. After Marie visits them and confirms that mentally ill subjects cannot be granted witness protection, they devised a plan for Benjamin to go to Han and narrate a story, deliberately giving plot holes, which she will most likely decipher, and then using her grief to give him access to the witness protection program, and also spiking his hand with the nail to make the story seem truthful. In the server room, it was revealed that Benjamin didn't change his identity, he erased it completely. Benjamin states Han will eventually realize his deception, but she won't hunt him down, as she got what she wanted. At the press conference, Han, having an epiphany, smiles as she realizes the truth. The movie ends with Benjamin saying that they are all invisible and no more magic tricks. If you liked today's video, subscribe and leave a like to help YouTube know you are enjoying this channel. Thanks for watching.